Welcome to the Jack Raven Bushcraft YouTube channel. My name's Gary. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about bow saws. So bow saws are a really useful bit of kit. They're great for processing some of those larger pieces of wood that you might need to be dealing with. I think it's fair to say, however, that it's not necessarily a particularly portable piece of kit. So this is a fairly standard backhoe bow saw. It's quite big. When it comes to using a bow saw, I'm very much a fan of using some kind of a stump, something to stand on. Now, I am right-handed, so I'm going to leave my right leg on the ground, and I'm going to put my left leg onto the log here. And you're not going to be able to see this on the camera, but what I've kind of done there is transferred my weight to this left leg here. So I'm sort of pushing down now onto the log. Now, you may have seen carpenters, you may be a carpenter, and quite often the thumb will go down here to keep the blade in position. You really want to avoid doing that with a bow saw, because it's not uncommon at all for them to sort of jump across, and if your thumb's here, it's almost certainly going to jump across to where your thumb is. So you need to avoid that. There's a couple of things we can do to get around it. Sometimes I might just draw back a few times like this to get the cut started, like so. Or else I'll just stick my hand through the saw, like so. Now, it's a bit like doing a bit of woodland yoga, really, but it is useful. It just stops the likelihood of that blade jumping towards your thumb. Be aware, however, even with this, if you have any kind of a burr on the back of your blade and it jumps, there is a possibility that you can cut yourself on the underside of the wrist. So whilst this is I would say good practice, another technique you could use is to put something like this in place, so a guard. Now, unfortunately, this one's probably a little bit too short for this task, so I'm going to go for the hand through the saw. It's nice and slowly, using the whole length of the saw blade. So when I was a boy, I remember my dad used to say to me, "Let the saw do the work," and I wasn't really sure what he meant. What it refers to, if you push really hard, you're likely to either twist the blade or your cut is going to start going off square. So literally take it nice and easy. What I tend to do is a few cuts going downwards, so like that, so more or less vertical, and then I'll do a few cuts like this that are more or less horizontal. And what this does is puts the saw blade in contact with less surface area, so it actually makes it easier on your arm. However, if you've got a particularly wonky stump that's going to be moving around a lot, as you go on the horizontal, you might find that the whole thing moves about. If that's happening, then do your cuts vertically, and that takes a lot of that movement, a lot of that shake out of the stump. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing there. As you might have seen, the end of the cut's finished, the end of the logs fell off. Fortunately, the hand guard is there, and so even though I wasn't paying particular attention, I wasn't going to bash my knuckles into the end of this log. So thank you for watching our video, guys. If you haven't subscribed already to our YouTube channel, then please do, and we'll see you next week.